Hey people, into tier 53 faction war. This is Esteel Province and Chaos Space Marines versus Orcs. For the blue Chaos team, we have shreeH, also known as Shroom, as a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fights mainly in melee combat, alongside Asmonellington, also known as Asmondeus, with a Plague Champion. Starts off in ranged combat with a damage return bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. This is the Death Guard elite scheme. And riding off the blue team, Centzontotochtin with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive spellcast with battlefield manipulation and control, starting off in melee combat. Red Orky team, ManOfFaith, also known as Tex, with a Mekboy, teleporting hero that fights in ranged combat. Lots of versatile Orky gadgets and good damage output too, alongside Dark Riku with a Kommando knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style begins in ranged combat with a twin link shooter getting doom blasted. And riding off the teams, Bruce Campbell with a Warboss, a melee hero that walks through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. Freebooters DLC. I love the start of Chaos versus Orcs faction wars because they're both super aggressive. They're just kind of butt heads and loads of stuff dies. There's heretics doom blasting, there's sluggers being thrown into combat. Got triple sluggers opening here for Bruce Campbell. Those heretics barely getting away. Lots of Daka here for the Plague Champion. A single slugger boy remains, who's now going to try and cap. Plague Champion runs off. Looks like the Orcs did well early. Guess it depends how well the Sorcerer can hit those doom bolts and stuff. Not sure how well they were hit. Here comes some more heretics to doom blast. And then run, of course. Meanwhile, west side has turned blue. But for how long? Because the Chaos stuff is a run-in. Got some legends here. Asmon, Dark Riku and Tex, all very long time Dawn of War 2 players from the early Dawn of War 2 days. I'm not sure how they got Tex to play a faction war. It's a little miracle. But here we are. In 2020. And Tex and Dark Riku and Asmon are still playing faction wars. It's amazing. 1-to-1 cap here, very early on. Looks like the Orcs had the upper hand in those fights. Well, here comes Chaos again, and Orcs haven't really had time to recover. Still got some injured slugger squads there. Seems like Riku got through those early engagements quite well though. Tons of Daka and a pain boy up for Riku and Bruce Campbell. Centzontotochtin now with Havoc to try and stem the tide of sluggers. Got some noise marines for shreeH. Doom blast. And another one maybe. Oh, there's a stomp. Good time to have your stomp available. Still goes down though. Trying to get the bang bang hammer up, it looks like. You'd expect the boss pole in a faction war type situation, but you never know. Or the trophy rack, I guess. Trophy rack's always good in 3v3s. Because everything around you does less damage. Pretty good. Plague Champion just standing in the open getting shots. Now gets tied up. And of course he has horrifically useless melee damage by default. Are those sluggers going down? Looks like the sluggers escaped. They escaped. And the Plague Champion didn't. Plague Champion got bang bang hammered in the face. Warboss was revived, I think, by Riku. Got level 2 now. Havocs. Oh, they should have targeted the pain boy there maybe, but the Kommando goes down. I guess they got that. What about the west side? It's uncapped. Noise Marines, bashing power. Chaos Lord, that corn worship, now has a combi flamer. Can chase around those shooter boys incredibly effectively now. But needs to stop the sluggers. That was killed a week. Kind of dodged a bit. Heretics get into the back lines, as well played. They should be able to deal with the shooter boys and keep on bashing. Here comes Riku now to defend. Suppresses those guys with aiming. What's that? There's some corn worship to allow the Chaos Lord to get into that back line. These guys need to use their cacophony. There it is. Knocks back all nearby units. But deals with the sluggers. Heretics now in on them. CSM there as well. CSM probably should have gone into melee there. Got a few more kills. Really good push though by shreeH. Not sure what these fellas are up to. It was a really risky little push into melee. They got a full bash though. And now Asmon's here to take over this little push with Havocs. And there's no Storm Boys. So you have to try and brute force their way through here. They are suppressing the Havocs though with aiming. What's that? Allows the Warboss to get in. Painboy also. Yep. So they dealt with it. Asmon now needs to be very careful not losing stuff on retreat. Heretics thinking about the retreat for a while there. Do we want to Doom Blast or not? Oh, we want to retreat. Plague Champion's now level 2. West, who cares about the VPs? They're just killing each other. Sluggers have now realised that you need VPs to win. Oh, they just want to kill the Plague Champion now. These fellas with their burners. What about Bruce Campbell's Sluggers? One of them has burners. Got that Painboy support, of course. And Angry Bits. No boss pole. What's this? Helps him perform flanks as such. These guys might go for the garrison, although these guys with their burners would make that dangerous. Burn that house is pretty good. It's a good Doom Bolts, you know. There's the heal over time from the Painboy. Painboy's getting low, but the boss is there. Painboy runs. Havocs gets swarmed by double Sluggers. Doom Bolts flies in, but they might go down. In fact, I think they are. Really good play there by Bruce Campbell. We see him setting up that flank, knowing where they would retreat to. Double Havocs for Asmon. Centzon just lost theirs. Misclicked Flames. Oh, was he trying to use Dark Flames somewhere? Maybe. 467 to 479. Or maybe they're thinking about this. The Coruscating Flame. Maybe. Lots of flames going on. Potentially. Mekboy with no war gear for Tex. Gets smacked down. But he's still teleporting and shooting. He's having fun. Kommando's still down here. And Sluggers did get a bash going. Took out 2 generators, it looks like. Tier 2 now. For Asmon, Riku, and ManOfFaith. Centzon gets some Noise Marines up late in Tier 1. A big charge from the Warboss. And a big stomp. Oh no, it's a regular stomp. A regular side stomp. Puts Ardboys on himself. Gets a level, gets a model. Having a hell of a lot of fun, this Warboss here. Does this kill... This might kill a Heretic with one hit, you know. It's 75 melee DPS, and it's really slow, so it might be 150 per hit. It might be one of those once every 2 seconds melee weapons. Is forced to retreat eventually. Painboy now needs to be a little bit careful. Oh, Warboss goes down. Sword of Flame got him. Painboy trying to get a mod off his Noise Marines. This is risky here. Very risky. You can look at all this stuff now. Gonna go down, I think. Yeah. Bruce Campbell just had a really bad end to Tier 1. After some really good play. Weird Boy on the way for Riku, and the Kommando is revived by the mech. Gets the mech level 2. Chaos have the west side. Having a look at the power, maybe. They bashed it a bunch. With those Noise Marines and stuff earlier. And shreeH still has them. Where are they? Nowhere near the power at the moment. Kommando goes straight onto that VP. Under infiltration. Orcs getting caught here. That could allow them to push on to the VP. The natural one, that is. There's the Weird Boy. Sub-Commander for Orcs. Great at messing up and controlling large groups of enemy infantry. And has got that as a basic attack. And there's the Warp Vomit. Starting ability for the Weird Boy. Really powerful. Look how long this stun lasts for. Crazy. Doesn't do friendly fire as well. Like a 6-second stun, I think. I think it used to be longer as well. Plague Champion with the Plague Fist now. And they are marching on through here. But a Weird Boy also for Tex. Not going straight for the VP. Meanwhile, Power Bash from shreeH. Orcs getting pinned back here. Start of Tier 1. Oh, sorry, Tier 2. Big stun for the Chaos Lord. Heretics didn't get hit by it. Here comes some Bloodletters. There's the Blood Sacrifice. Such a cool effect for Blood Sacrifice. Mekboy smack the heretics for a bit and then run away. Oh, was that the noise marines? Had to type the noise marines there. These bloodletters will disappear when the energy runs out, so you're just running into base here, trying to get as many kills as possible. And there they go, back to the warp. Got the full bash. Can they get a decap? I don't think they're going to risk it. Yeah, pull back to a stable position. Picking off on the east side big time. Orcs are marauding on through. Bruce Campbell now has 3 fully upgraded Slugger Boys. But that's it. Do you need anything else in life? Looks like they're going to get a power bash as well over there. So Asmon needs to be careful. Doesn't want to try to flank and run into a huge amount of trouble. Warboss gets the decap at the wreck point. The others on the generators. Dreadnought up for Centzontotochtin. We could see the mark of corn for this guy. Painboy, a very brave Painboy, is coming to melee. This is Dark Riku's and runs away. Just wanted to stop it firing the autocannon to finish that power bash. And here's Asmon with the flank. Charging on through those to Warboss. Touch of Nurgle up for the heretics. That should be a full retreat there. Yeah. Global ability of the Plague Champion makes your unit explode on death, doing damage, knocking back and healing allies. It's super powerful, was nerfed in 293, now costs 175 red. But as you can see, it's terrifying. Those guys didn't want to fight those heretics anymore. Should have waited maybe for them to be like ensconced in combat, so that first explosion gets as much stuff as you can, because often you'll only get one explosion, because when they see that first one, they're out of there. Weird Boy almost wiping out those heretics there. Can the stick bombers finish them off? Nope. Pestilence Strike saves them. And they get messed up by that fist. Is the Armor of Pestilence up now for the Plague Champion? Tank busters in play. These guys now with the power cost in 293. Going after the Dreadnought as you'd expect. Where is Centzon's Sorcerer? The Sorcerer's right here, so can't really warp it out of trouble. This is a lot of Orcs, you guys. Are you sure about this? There's a Noxious Cloud. Gonna play Champion, look at that. Must have had a lot of red to use, eh? Now doesn't. That was Aura of Decay for the knockback. Didn't quite knock back this Slugger squad though. Oh, gets saved by the Robes of Torment, Chains of Torment. Orcs getting themselves controlled now. They need to, I don't know, need to get themselves on that Sorcerer, because that Robes of Torment is going to be a big pain in the ass. We have a Corn Shrine, some Corn worship. Corn's happy. 462 to 345. Chaos looking pretty strong here. There was a little rally from the Orcs, but they are just being minced up whenever they try to push. Needed a Death Dread or something, maybe. They can still do this, though. The Weird Boys are key here. Noise Marines in play for shreeH. Sorry, Plague Marines in play. Does have Blastmaster Noise Marines. Tank Buster Barrage takes out the Shrine. 462 to 325. Still got that Corn Worship behind this shot blocker, giving that lovely +2 speed. Weird Boy gets tied up. That was a special. Ah, but he retreated. And they get the cap. Pinned back here is Tex. East side. Dreadnought still has the autocannon. The Slugger, there he is. He's flew off into orbit. Comes back down. Plague Champion messing up some Sluggers. User Choppers is up though, and he's going to get messed up. There we go. And now they're actually being protected by this Pestilent Strike aura. But it dissipates. Chaos Lord chases them. Can they bait out that Kill the Weak? They're trying to. But shreeH is smart, waiting for them to completely surround him. Oh, they faked it out. And now the Chaos Lord goes down. Just got the Blood Maul as well in his hands. But they got him. Well played by Bruce Campbell. Was well played by shreeH as well. He tried to make it work. Didn't have the health really to stand around there too long. Tier 3, Centzontotochtin. Tier 3 for Asmon. Loads of tank busters, bloody hell. 4 of them came out. Keeping the pressure up on the west side, eh? Gonna get the power back. There's that tank buster barrage. Takes out another shrine. You're not learning, guys. They can take out the shrines pretty quickly with those tank busters. They don't even need line of sight. Not pulling back all the way. There's a Nurgle shrine over here, though. Doom Blast and run after the Weird Boy. Those were stun bombs, I think, from the stick bombers, stunning their own Orky friends. Oh, big Blastmaster hit. Might wipe out those shooter boys. Does wipe out the shooter boys. But then they get hit by the Weird Boy, who almost went down. These heretics did a hell of a lot of work there. Holy crap. Got level 3. How did that not knock over the stick bombers? Maybe they were retreating in time. In the mid, tank busters are now starting to put pressure on the Dreadnought. These guys need to try and get their heavy bolter set up. There we go. Oh, instantly knocked over. They're going to die. Super dead. Far too many sluggers to survive. This could be really painful, actually. Might lose the CSM. Does lose the CSM. Now it's Asmon getting caught there a little bit. Little burst of cacophony to try and leave. These guys need to run away as well. Look how much damage they pour on so quickly. Almost wipe those guys out in like 2 seconds. Chains of Torment saves them. Big push by Bruce Campbell and Dark Riku there. They get a full power bash. Killed some stuff. Had a good Orky time. Continued pressure on this natural power though. Level 3 Chaos Lord now has Armor of the Inferno and the Blood Maul. That Blastmaster continues to do some good shots. And Plague Marine's got the power bash on a node. Another really good shot. Need some Storm Boys or something. Yeah, but Storm Boys will get wrecked by the Chaos Lord now. They're a tier 3. They are tier 3. Meanwhile, in the mid, Orcs pushing on through to the natural victory point. They've got a big VP deficit to make up. Big VP deficit. We've got Chaos Space Marines with Mark of Khorne and an aspiring champion for Centzontotochtin. Dreadnought still with the autocannon. What do you have? Sword of Flame and Robe still. No accessory yet for the Plague Chamber. Would love to see the Icon of Nurgle. Was reduced in cost slightly back in 292, I think. It might have been 291. Big push from the Orcs here. I don't think shreeH can hold this alone. But there's Bloodlust. They're giving it a good go. Global ability of the Chaos Lord. Giving a damage buff to his units every time they hit something in melee or ranged combat, that they get a bigger buff from melee hits. Still got wrecked. Heretics fall. CSM looks like they're going to be okay. Level 4. Chaos Lord went down. Plague Marines run. Noise Marines run. You know what? That wasn't too bad. Oh, just lost something. Not sure what that was that got lost. And they lost the Noise Marines as well. Wow. Why did you say it wasn't so bad? And then it immediately was. The Curse of Indrid. Did not think all that stuff was going to be caught in retreat. The Plague Marines did escape. One of them did anyway. And the CSM escaped, but that was it. Some reinforcements though. Maybe they can pull it back. They have lost the VP briefly. Level 5 Warboss now with heavy armor. Up over 2,000 hit points at level 5. It's a tough Orc. Trying to charge through everything there. Get that health regen from the angry bits and then retreat. Gonna be alright? Yeah, he's gonna be alright. Stun bombs went in there just in case. Chaos gonna take back that contested VP, and they have a Mark of Nurgle Predator tank. These things are awesome. Super tough with melee resistance and health regen. Over 1,200 hit points. But here's a Nob Squad from Tex. No upgrades yet though. They're getting the meaner and greener. Camp that VP now, says Bruce Campbell. And Bruce Campbell wants to harass the mid, I guess, as much as they can, with a looted tank on the way. Help put pressure on this dreadnought. Still has a single tank buster as well. Here's that Nob squad. Trying to get in there. Frenzy's up. Gives them 75% damage resist and suppression immunity. Been nerfed so many times over the years, Frenzy, but continues to be awesome. Play champion couldn't quite get a kill there. But Orcs are on the VP and there's a lot of them. Got that looted tank as well, of course. Mark of Nurgle Pred shoots this stuff. Green Nurgly crap out of the autocannon. Doesn't do as much upfront damage, but you get that damage over time. A little bit of area denial. What is this? Power bash from the Orcs. Well done, Bruce Campbell. Very quick thinking there. Good damage onto the Nurgle Predator, but it's so tough. Orcs retain the west side, you know, guys. You're going to see another Mark of Nurgle Predator tank from shreeH. Down goes the Plague Champion. Sluggers caught up with a Havoc. They might have to retreat here. They're trying not to. They're using the Swamp'em to reduce the range damage they take. That's an ability given to them by the Nob Leader. Not only is that Nob Leader a really good fighter, but he gives them Swamp'em, which is awesome. I guess the looted tank isn't under huge danger, but that's just too far to push a tank up, I think. Because look at this, all of a sudden. It's getting repairs, getting a lot of repairs. Trying to get away now, I think. Maybe? Is it trying to move? Not sure. Stun bombs go in. Looted tank is maybe okay. I think it's okay. We have a beamy Duff Gun mech. Massive damage output from this thing. Was trying to finish off the tank, I guess. Warboss is in there too. Going for the Power Claw. The straight up DPS rather than the support the Bang Bang Hammer provides. 348 to 201. Centzon does not. This is really a great time to go through the mid, you know, because Bruce Campbell's stuff just all retreated basically. But we don't see it yet. This is a non-marked Chaos Predator. There we go, Mark of Corn here. Just increases the damage of all the guns. And another Predator tank on the way for Asmon. So, maybe some more tank busters, fellas. Bruce Campbell, I think, can drop a nuke. Yet, so can Dark Riku. So can shreeH and Centzon. Centzon has tons of red. Don't think they've had to use their warp once. Noise Marine is going to look at the power, but it's already bashed, and they're going to run into a bunch of angry sluggers. They can cacophony and escape, of course. Uh-oh. They spot trouble. This is a rocket launcher commando. No, it's not a rocket launcher commando. We'll surely get one, though, with 4 Predator tanks on the field. Stun bomb goes in. It's a good one. Can they push against these Plague Marines now? Knocked back from the big boom shot. Looks like Centzon is maybe going after the natural VP, maybe. Sneaky Kommando still being sneaky. Where is that rocket launcher? Nob squad all alone pushing on through. They now have the super tough beam though, which as you can see is an insane buff. It's very expensive war gear though. Battery pack also, and the beamy def gun. And they are smacking through these tanks with those huge hammers. Frenzy is up, but it couldn't quite get it, but the looted tank can. The looted tank finishes it off, 269 to 201. Orcs have stabilized on the west side, you know. And look at this. Kommando gets onto the VP, gets the cap. Triple here for the Orcs now. Centzon is not being aggressive enough, I think, on this VP. It's kind of holding ground on the mid. Down goes the Kommando. Well worth it to get that cap though. Chaos Terminator is now in play for shreeH. Still trying to recover from those earlier losses. You know, back when I said everything was going to get away fine. Chaos Terminator is dropping a model there. Double the mark of Nurgle tanks. Taking big hits from tank busters. But they got the looted tank thanks to Plague Marines. And they got the decap. That was good play by Asmon and shreeH. Are you not going to take your VP back, fellas? There we go. Turn around. Sorcerer levels to 8. Now has Tome of Subjugation. Uh-oh. I don't think this Pain Boy is getting away, you guys. Oh, reverse Curse of Injured. He gets away with 2 hit points. These are Dark Riku's Nob Squad now. U-Jammers on the way. Mina and Green are already in place. See that frenzy there. And Texas haven't quite leveled yet. When Nob Squad starts to level up like level 3, level 4. Just insane. Oh, subjugated Nobs. Nob Squad versus Nob Squad, having to pop their frenzy early to avoid huge amounts of damage from their previously allied Nobs. There is now one off. There's Super Tough Beam again. Don't have a lot of support, these Nobs, but they can do this. They can just run into your army and survive so long. Oh, can they survive a Mark of Khorne Dreadnought though? Level 3 for Centzon. Blood Rage activated there. See it going after its own units. You lose control of a Blood Rage Dreadnought, but it gets a bunch of buffs. Warboss charging on through now with these trusty slugger boys. Can they survive this fight? It's a close one. Looks like they barely made it out. I don't think these guys are though. No, those guys didn't make it out. These guys, I think, will be alright. Looks like they're okay. Are these all? No, this is Mark of Khorne. Still double Mark of Nurgle. And still no rocket launcher for the Kommando, you know. It's focusing on the decaps now, I think, at the moment. Bruce Campbell down to just double sluggers. I have a nuke. So does Riku still. And it's a 2-to-1, sorry, for the Orcs. Land Raider Phobos was briefly on the way for Centzon. Lightning Claw Terminators, you know. They should get a Great Unclean one if they can. I don't think they have the population for it though. Kicking off on this Western VP. Tank Busters trying to stand and fight with the Mark of Nurgle tanks. And a nuke from Centzontotochtin, the Imperial Abyss. Pretty nasty. Those guys are retreating right through it. They're going to die. Yeah. Terminators, I think they teleported up to make sure this Mekboy died. But he dead. Oh, wow. Look at the armies now of the Orcs. That might have broke their back there, that nuke. And that push. I think that broke their backs. They're Orky backs with a level 7 Warboss. Battle Wagon on the way for Bruce Campbell. They need to get some good nukes of their own, you know. Feel like they've had some good opportunities for nukes. With the tanks being close together and stuff. Haven't taken them. We'll see what happens. Can they push? They still have 2 Nob Squads. 2 Nob Squads and nukes, and soon to be a Battle Wagon. There's still a chance. There's a nuke. Not sure that was the best place for it. Tried to set it up with the stun bomb. Because, you know, Terminators can't get out of the stun, but the nuke came a little bit too late afterwards, I think. Yeah, should have waited to try and get the 2 tanks, I think. Plague Champion fighting a Nob Squad. There's the Pestilent Strike. Which, unfortunately for the Plague Champion, provides range damage reduction for the Nobs as well. But they are persuaded to leave. Here's the Battle Wagon. Misses the big zap gun shot. But charges on through anyway. 138 to 162. Chaos still with the 2-1. We got some flash kits on the way for Tex. Didn't see any flash kits. Didn't really see much in tier 3 actually. Couple of looted tanks, couple of knob squads, that was it. Whereas blue team seemed to come out swinging a lot easier. Maybe those power bashes over here added up, eh? Knob squads are really expensive to fully upgrade. The reason why those guys are so powerful. I mean, they still have them, and they still have a nuke from Riku, which could make a big difference. And the VPs are still very even. And look at this. Warboss going after this VP. I don't think the heretics here will be able to stop him. Subjugated knobs going after their own battle wagon. I think the battle wagon's going to go down here. Rear armor hits on the level 4 Mark of Khorne Dreadnought. Take it down. Oh, well, maybe they can get the Predator. Nope. Chains of Torment come in. Chaos do have some really good tools to use against knobs. Chains of Torment for one. They also have the Bile Spear, of course. Not to mention Lightning Claw Terminators. Can they surround and take down this Chaos Dreadnought? It's going to be painful to do. Meanwhile, west side pushing all the way up to base almost. Mekboy trying to get hits with the Beamy Death Gun. The Dreadnought is warped out to safety, and it's a great unclean one on the field for Centzontotochtin. So 1-1 cap as well. What is this? Warboss just tore through a bunch of heretics. Now trying to finish the cap. Nope, he's going to fight a Dreadnought. It's not a good fight for you, big fella. Charges away. Level 9, this guy. Killed so much stuff. That was a little bit of noble vomit there. Can the Knob Squad get on that cap? Maybe. Need to be a little bit patient as they can. Riku still hasn't dropped that nuke, you know. Where is the Kommando even? He's dead on the west side. Knob Squad spoiled for choice. What are they going to go after? They've gone after the Terminators. Instantly get stunned by the Plague Champion though. And they're keeping a huge amount of pressure up on the west side, the Chaos team. Are they going to take out the Plague Champion? Oh, nearly. I think that was a Aura of Decay knockback. Still might get him, and they do get him. Those hammers hurt, you guys. Oh, they retreated. I thought they'd stay in play and smack the Terminators a bit more, you know. Still had all their models. Might have been a little bit of a premature retreat. Would like to see the Cool the Boys used a bit more. I think it was buffed in 293 as well. Now costs a little bit less, but I think it has a longer cooldown. Stick bombers on the way for Bruce Campbell. Chaos looking very strong though. Look at these armies. It's going to be tough. It needs to be a really good nuke. This is a good target for a nuke. And there it is. Set up with Love the Daka. Looks like it was spotted though early by Asmon. Are the stick bombers still in play? They are. But they couldn't coordinate the stun. Subjugated knobs again. 1-2-1 to 82. 2-1 for Chaos. They just need to hold on to this 2-1 cap here. And there's the chains again. Orcs are struggling sometimes to deliver their melee squads now. That Chaos Sorcerer's really been on it with the subjugations and the chains. Yep, level 4 sluggers can't do anything, says Bruce Campbell. Chaos Lord gets level 7, barely alive, and then runs away, reviving that Plague Champion. This is the Mark of Khorne tank, that's right. What about shreeH? Also has Mark of Noble. So hard to approach this now. It's like critical mass almost. There's the double. Mekboy using super tough beam on himself to try and get a decap. Gets a decap and lives. Well done, fella. Orcs are getting a natural back as a single. GG guys, says Tex. Yeah, it's probably over. I think that big fight and that nuke that really depleted Riku and Tex was the turning point, obviously. Or was it Riku and Campbell? No, I think it was Riku and Tex. Just desperately trying to get caps at the end. Yeah, those Nurgle tanks, man. Those Nurgle tanks are really strong. Hard to punch through that. Really hard to punch through a bunch of them. Got level 4 on both those Nurgle Predators. Look at this. 1630 hit points now. It's really hard to deal with. Double cap. Just running into base and messing some stuff up now. And there is the game. Level 7 Chaos Lord for shreeH. Level 7 Play Champion. And a level 10 Sorcerer. This guy did a huge amount of work. The chains and the subjugation really controlled the knobs. Mostly controlled the knobs. They still killed some stuff. Level 6 Mech, level 5 Kommando, and a level 9 Warboss. Really surprised we did not see the rocket launcher, to go after those tanks. Just put a little bit of pressure on them, because then they turn to face the Kommando, and he can maybe hit them from the other side. Also didn't see any beamy looters. Plenty of tank busters, but he couldn't quite get the job done. Those Mark of Nurgle tanks are tough. It was a fun game though, really close. Got them down to 1-2-1 VPs. Yeah, it was that engagement on the west side where everything fell apart for the Orcs. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to the players for taking part. And of course, Impregnable for devoting hours and hours to getting these faction war events done. I'll see you next time.